The definitive online platform for the West Nile region of Uganda is now here. Stand out and make your presence felt in West Nile through our website and across our digital and social media platforms. Be introduced to untapped treasures at the Economic Center of Uganda, Democratic Republic of Congo, and South Sudan through our expertise in marketing, research, advocacy. With our dedicated television platform, Rhino TV, West Nile Web is the one-stop hub for breaking news on everything political, cultural, tourism, entertainment, sport, music, and much more. Visit our website at www.westnileweb.com.
West Nile Web. Discover opportunities. Live your dream.
Yes, good morning to you once again. My name is Otelu. You're watching Rhino TV. It's the Boom Sports. I'm together with Kimnaz Atinga. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Vegas, and good morning, the viewers. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful morning. I mean, I'm really enjoying the atmosphere. It's all nice, so awesome.
Interestingly, this morning we are taking this chance to talk about the women's rugby that is going to take place. That is at rugby grounds. It's starting today. The first fixture will be between Uganda and Zimbabwe. It will be at 1 p.m. That is lunchtime. Kimnaz, what do you think about that? The women are getting involved in another big sporting discipline.
It's really a big one. It's a great one, more especially for West Nile as a region. I think for the first ever time that we're getting up to 4 to 5 players from West Nile actually representing at that stage, and for the Uganda Lady Rugby team. And remember, the captain, Pisi Lekuru, comes from West Nile, and she already presents a huge reason probably for anyone to be following the competition that is going to be hosted by Kigali, Rwanda. Then you also realize in rugby, we did beat Ghana just a few days back in the men's category. Uganda did beat Ghana 53 to 12. I thought that was a good result also. That tells you how much we are growing in these other games, but particularly about rugby, like you said, I'm impressed. I'm very much impressed.
At this point where the Uganda as a country is suffering from the COVID-19, do you think it should have maybe decided like Rwanda, deciding that they're under 23 shouldn't be playing Sekafa?
I think Uganda probably is thinking a different direction, because if you look at the first lockdown, when the COVID was as tense as it is right now, you realize that this was the time when Uganda actually said yes to sports and allowed a few games to go on, particularly in athletics. We saw this was the particular time when Joshua Cheptegei went off Africa, probably to win even in the Monaco, of course, in the Monaco League in there, he went and won a trophy. Then we did see him, a medal, and we did see him breaking world record, in 10,000. This was actually in Valencia in Spain. So I think the COVID-19 matches, the talk is there, and probably the SOP has been followed. Uganda is trying to keep everyone fit and probably in the right state of mind to make sure that sports goes on, because we are getting to realize that Uganda actually reaps big from sports. So at the end of the day, a lot of things are being learned. One of it actually is that much as the talk of the COVID-19 is there, much as the talk of it killing people is there, but amidst it, we can still survive, we can still go on to win medals. Like right now, the talk of COVID-19 is even more in Uganda than in all the other African countries. But I can tell you, Uganda has sent up to 56 contingent or members to represent in Olympics. Like yesterday, the Cedar Ladies were in a plane, of course, off to Zambia, right? Off to Tokyo, Japan. So that tells you how Uganda has taken sports so serious in the past few years.
So what are you thinking between Zimbabwe and the Cranes that are going to play, the rugby?
Looking at the game today, I think Uganda probably will have an upper hand, having seen their the men team actually beating Ghana. If you look at Zimbabwe, of course, they're a very good side. You don't want to undermine them. And coming to Uganda, of course, where the ladies have been practicing or training, I think it's going to give them the advantage, the home advantage. Much as the fans are not being allowed, but trust me, there are few sectional fans who are always going to turn up for this game. So that means, because not everyone in Uganda loves rugby, but the few who are allowed following the SOPs, and I'm sure they're going to be in the stadium at the Chadodo Rugby Grounds. But that to me presents a very big opportunity for Uganda yet again to go past Zimbabwe in the game today, based on the fact that we actually did talk to Lekuru Peace, the captain. She, after being named the captain, because she was the assistant captain, now she's the captain. She clearly stated that I want to turn, the winning mentality should come into the team. I think by that she has probably done a lot of things. The Sijalis from Arua, the Ikorus. Of course, in that team, there is one lady I respect so much. She has done it at almost all levels. That is also another piece. She's also called Peace. I think there are quite a number of quality players in that Uganda team. So at the end of the day, I expect them to come on top probably against Zimbabwe in the game today.
Thank you very much. Keep those messages flowing on our Facebook page. Like I always do tell you, you can go to our YouTube. You as well subscribe. That gives mileage to Rhino TV to the maximum. For the Facebook, keep sharing the video, inviting everyone to like our Rhino TV Facebook page as we strive to get where we want to get. Let's go to some of the first comments. Mugadu is always watching us. He is like a habari watu yote wa Uganda. Do you know Swahili?
Habari, I know.
Ojoga Sunday is like, welcome back, my besties, live from Lago. Respect to you as well. You have Robzi Asik is like, morning, looking good, thank you very much. Perio is like, good morning, we are live and committed to enjoying the beautiful morning with analyst from Kimnaz and Otelul Vegas. Simon Okobo is like, good morning from the source of the Nile. Good morning to you as well. Halima is like, good morning, looking good. Kim and Otelul, thanks for the show. Streaming live from Dubai. Keep watching us always and keep sharing the video like I said. There's Rosklan is like, always pleasure of great work being done by Mr. Vegas and Kimnaz. Thanks for appreciating our work. Geoffrey is as well watching. The Italian strong supporter struck Arsenal yesterday. By the way, Arsenal had a build-up game. We shall talk about that. Born Virus, good morning to you, big man. It's blessing to catch up with you again. Thanks very much for watching Rhino TV. Now let's take a twist. The under 23 Sekafa is going to start, and the final squad has been released by Mole Biakaso, the squad that will be traveling to Ethiopia. And then as well, the groups in which Uganda is going to play as well has been unleashed, and we are waiting for a top class in Sekafa to take place. Just to take you through the groups there, Uganda is in Pool A. In Pool A, Uganda, Tanzania, DR Congo. That's where the pool you get Uganda. Just to notify you, Rwanda decided to withdraw just because of the COVID-19 threats. So they will not participate in the under 23 Sekafa that will start from July 18th to 31st. Then in Group B, there's Ethiopia, Burundi, and Eritrea are also in the same group. Pool C, you have Djibouti, there's South Sudan, then Kenya. They are in Group D. Kimnaz, I hope you will take us through the squad that is going to be playing Sekafa. Before you take us through the squad that is going to play Sekafa, what do you think about Uganda's group that has Tanzania and Democratic Republic of Congo?
I think it's a very good opportunity for yet again for those young lads to actually prove themselves once more. I think Uganda has a very good team heading into this. Remember, my initial worries were about some of the players who have been summoned both from the playing same position but from a single team. I think this Uganda Cranes team under Moli Biakoso, I probably expect them to deliver, because when Moli Biakoso took the under 20 side to the AFCON under 20, I think they did so well, having gone up to the finals to play Tanzania, a game that they lost in the finals. To me, that was a statement, a big statement of intent. And now that coming up against a side like Tanzania, a side that they did beat even prior to the qualification, then a side that they actually have beaten like back-to-back, even from the under 17 category, the Uganda Cubs, then heading to the under 20 category, and now 23. I think Uganda still like being the record champions in Sekafa. I believe Uganda will still go on to probably be the side to record in that very group, because talking about DR Congo, they are simply guest nation in this competition. I think Uganda has really mastered this game, and like I said, based on the players who have been summoned, you actually did task me to give out who exactly have been summoned in this very team. You realize that Uganda has, like I said initially, my worry was Charles Lukwago of KCCM was summoned alongside his deputy, that is Hassan Matovo. something that actually caused to me a lot of issues, because I was asking why would the coaches actually look around, probably scout another goalkeeper from another club. But I'm glad in the final list I'm not seeing Matovu. Instead, the side, actually the assistant captain Charles Lukwago is in there as the goalkeeper. Said Kenny of Sports Club Villa is one of the players. Dennis Otim of Express is presenting a very good, to me, competition to the first two names that have come through. Of course, Dennis Otim is a very young goalkeeper, has been doing great job as an understudy to Matthias Mwanga at Express. I think that, to me, presents him with a very good opportunity to also show him off. I remember the other time when Uganda went for the AFCON under-20, I was impressed when Derek Akosa showed up, and initially, of course, he marketed himself and made that move to Anderlecht to play in Belgium. So at the end of the day, I expect these players to do the same. Looking at the back line, probably the defenders will have Enoch Walusi.
The goalkeeping department does not have Komakech?
No, Jack Komakech is missing in this team.
Wow.
I'm seeing Lukwago Charles of KCCA, Saidi Kenny of Sports Club Villa, and Dennis Otim of Express. These are the three.
Great.
Looking at the players who are going to be defending, you will have Enoch Walusi, who is the official captain. He's actually been appointed as the captain. He plays for Express. Then Abdulaziz Kayondo, without doubt, deserves to be in this team. Plays for Vipers. Then you have George Kadu of Wakiso Giants. Then Musa Ramadan of KCCA, fantastic, very lanky, and he has been doing the Per Metesaka kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Kenneth Semakula of Bull FC, then Peter Magambo is also in this team as well. Then Gavin Kizito, who is the third captain or the second deputy in this team as the captain for this team. He plays for Sports Club Villa. Then in the midfield, Bobosi Biarohanga, without doubt, qualifies to be in this team. He plays for Vipers. Abdul Karim Watambala of Vipers. And then you have Steven Serwada, who also plays for KCCA, Bright Anukani of KCCA, and Salim Abdallah, the lad that has been rumored to have been linked with the move to Arua Hill. He plays for Sports Club Villa. He's also in this final team. Looking at the forwards who are likely to be getting the goals for Uganda, you'll have Stephen Muchwala, who plays for URM, Ivan Bogere of Wakiso Giants. Then the team has Saddam Masereka of Sports Club Villa, Julius Poloto of KCCA, a lad that I doubted so much, probably with no justification for being in the final squad, because initially I thought a player like Capone Living would actually be making the cut instead of Julius Poloto, who never had a good season with KCCA. Then you'll have Najibu Iga of Vipers, Hakim Chiwanuka of Proline, then Derek Kakoza of Police, and finally Samuel Sonyonjo, who started on a high note, probably grabbing those goals alongside Brian Ahebwa at KCCA when the season actually got underway. This is the full team that's been summoned.
When you look at this team, and you did talk about Cabon Living, he had a great season with the Ondupara Football Club, scored a respectable number of goals. Then you have a certain right back playing for Wakiso Giants in the names of Gerika Atendele. Personally, I would have felt that if you have a player like Atendele who has been drafted in the under-23 team, it will have made more sense. Like you also say that Cabon Living should have been in this team as well. What do you think about those two statements I've made?
Those are all bold statements that I feel are very important, because at the end of the day, it comes back to how much our national team has been picked either on merit or not on merit. If you look at the team that we're talking about here, probably Julius Poloto, the man in question, this is the lad who actually was out injured when Alan Okero left the team. Since the guy left, and I think we have not seen the best of Julius Poloto. I think
in the pitch he has not delivered like we expected.
Exactly.
Not because he's not talented.
Yeah, he's very talented.
It's about the niggles.
Without doubt, Julius Poloto is one of the most talented young lads we have in the country. But he has not justified that on the pitch due to the injuries and other factors. So I really don't think if he needed to be there. I'm happy that Abdallah Salim has been picked. The Mundukuru we have talked about many times is one of the best players in that Villa team. Trust me, he has always made the midfield of Villa look so admirable. You definitely will fall in love with his style of play. Very energetic. He gives out those slick passes. You will think at the end of the day he deserves to be in the team, and being there already is a justification that maybe the other eye of the coaches didn't see well, then the other side probably saw well. That's why he's been picked. But all in all, Uganda in that group A, that is Pool A, where they will have DR Congo and you have Tanzania. I think it's easy one for Uganda, if I may say.
Let's get you involved. What are your thoughts about the under-23 selection? The list Kim Naz has just read. Okay, let's get to some of your messages on Facebook. There's Benson Atamva Yikiz, like, good morning, lads. Good job. Any info from Anfield concerning transfers? We shall talk about the Liverpool transfers later on. Alma Oleru is like, good morning, my senior pundits in Arua. Yava Alma watching live from Elegu. You guys ever doing good things. Thanks for the great job. Thank you as well.
Thank you.
Saddam Yusuf is like, Saddam Yusuf, Ebs, great greetings from me to you, Otelul and Kimnas. Great work here. I know one day of all your hard work, you guys will be very, very far. I believe just keep it up, bros. Love you big time. Thanks for loving what we're doing. There's pardon. Christopher is like, live from Namugongo, Kampala. I would like to ask Kim whether Virgil van Dijk is going direct to be in the line of Liverpool when Premier League starts. Van Dijk is well recovered. He will be starting the season for Liverpool. Mark Pullion, good morning, man. How serious is Arsenal really in the transfer market? And do you think Arsenal has a team that can really compete effectively in the English Premier League? It's something that we are going to talk about. Engineer Wilberforce is watching as well. Rodrigo Shamim is like, hi, good morning. Thanks to you live from UAE. Big ups as well.
United Arab Emirates, big up.
Yes, Baron Kokolex catching you live, brother. Home advantage. What is home advantage in football? We shall answer that. Philip Chandia, good morning. Streaming live from Kampala. Does Ugandan players have agents to transact the good deals for them to enjoy their rights in the respective clubs? Cause I see mostly players look for their own clubs to play in. That is what Chandia is asking. Chandia, we shall as well answer that. Afe Kuchalis, good morning. Catching you from Kampala. Thanks for the update. There is Onji 100% easy fixture for UG, even for Arua Hill AC. Afe T. Anthony, that is the CEO of Arua Hill SC, is also watching. He's like, morning guys, 2 kids of mine catching you live from Iwanyapa, that is in Idiofe. Thanks very much, my boss.
Thanks, we appreciate.
My boss, thank you very much.
For yourself.
Uzi MC Ron is like, great show. Telulu and Kim, catching you live from Mbale. May I know the comparison between Kamavinga and Renato Sanchez in terms of creativity, dribbling, and eye for goals? Adukule de Gracias, award for guys. Tony Butali, you need to work with these agents. Someone is saying something like that. Alec Emmanuel is like, Emma from Kla, and any news about Haaland? We shall talk about that as well. Kim Naz made it bold here that there are speculations that Arua Hill SC are linked with the player who has been summoned in the under-23 squad to play Sekafa in Ethiopia. In the names of Salim Abdallah is being linked to Arua Hill SC. How true is that? Where did you get that?
I'm not supposed to go to you to get that, but then the truth is that papers keep writing. Of course, we have. If we talk about transfers, if a club is doing, regardless of whether they're doing well or not, but trust me, these are things that come. But again, there's that onus, probably added that in Africa or in the whole world, that there's no, smoke without fire. So I don't think if he was a bad player, a rumor like that would come, which means he has been performing well. And again, if the club, Arua Hill, was not ambitious enough, I don't think if probably a transfer rumor like that would come through the corridors. But I think probably there must have been a talk that actually triggered in such a speculation. But whether it happens or not, we are following, and probably the investigations will tell.
Do you think Salim Abdallah can leave Kampala, come to Arua and perform well?
It depends, because at some point there was a rumor of Mike Hillary Mutebi actually house hunting in Arua. That to me was a statement that if the man who wants to earn over 10 million per month actually searches for a house in Arua, what about a player who likely is going to earn like 700 to 1 million or even 2 million? I think it's very possible. I don't want to rule it out. If we talk about West Nile as a region, we have in the past seen great players leaving their comfort to play here. Dan Birikwalira is a big name in Ugandan football. Probably where he comes from, you will think he's of a big advantage. He has a natural advantage as far as the geographical location of his origin is concerned. But he was comfortable in Arua, played big league, left Uganda Premier League. So that to me, it will not be a surprise if a big name player like probably Salim Abdallah leaves Sports Club Villa to join Arua Hill, and he probably will not be the only name that we shall talk about. If there are more names, maybe crossing to Ondupara, crossing to Minigo Calvary, it won't be a surprise. I expect that to happen.
And Kidnaz has just broken another huge speculations that Mike Hilary Mutebi, former tactician of KCCA, is looking for a house within Arua. Why is Mutebi looking for a house? Kidnaz will have to answer that. Why is Mike Mutebi looking for a house in Arua?
This is just like a woman working in Kampala, but then finally choosing to house hunt in Arua. At the end of the day, it's either she has found a man in Arua or something like that. But relating this to the Mike Hilary Mutebi rumor, I think this is a statement enough that it has, because if you link the dots around, you will discover that there is a rumor linking him with a move to Arua Hill Sports Club. If that rumor is to be true, then the issue, probably the talk of house hunting, might as well be in line with that. So I strongly believe Arua Hill Sports Club is linked with many coaches, but then out of which one probably is going to come. In the past, we have seen Charles Livingston Babazi coming to Arua and probably settling so well for Ondupara Football Club. So if Mike Hilary Mutebi rumor keeps growing and the next day finds probably a fully furnished house in Arua and settles with Arua Hill Sports Club, it will not be a big surprise. I personally did interview Mike Hilary Mutebi. I want to bring to your attention while presenting for a radio station within Arua. I can tell you that Mike Hilary Mutebi boldly said he admires the project at Arua Hill Sports Club. I have the recording. One of these days we'll drop it for you, and you surely will listen to him. He said that he admires the project at Arua Hill Sports Club, and the boss seems to be an ambitious man. And again, he has a condition of working with the young lads. Remember, at Arua Hill, you have a crop of young players who have been there, probably from the junior setup. Then looking at the senior setup, you also have players like Olu, players like Adebrian. I know Mike Hilary Mutebi will be very interested to work with such. So when I was interviewing him, one interesting statement he made is that West Nile is the basket of talent as far as football is concerned. So he admires working with these boys. So that to me also is something that can trigger or lure him to come to Arua.
Is Mike Mutebi heading to Arua Hill SC or Vipers as the media officer and PRO of Arua Hill SC? I don't know. I can't confirm that. I can't confirm that to you. Apart from that, there is rumors coming from Greenlight Stadium, the Caterpillars, is that the bosses are ready to chop the squad only to 7 serious players, and then they will have to add extra that can really fit the standards, because they felt the many they signed from different places never worked for them. Now the plan is to have 7 good players from the previous ones, and then you add the ones with UPL experience on top of them to give an authentic team that can be competitive in StarTimes Uganda Premier League come next season. Is that a good idea?
I don't want to think it's the best idea, and neither will I say that it's a bad idea, because if you talk about Ondupara Football Club, the team that represented them, probably there were a crop of players who played for the Birds to fight off relegation. Then there were some section of players who didn't match the standards. Then there were also some players whose performances, if you weigh them, you will think they are just there. They are just there. Maybe they are loyal enough to the club and all that. But I think Arua Hill's qualification, I did make a statement probably in our first show here with Walter Bazali. I remember, probably it's on record, that I did say, if Ondupara Football Club sees Arua Hill's promotion into the Premier League in a positive perspective, then I expect them to rebuild and make themselves a better and more competitive team in the Premier League. This coming season, I expect Arua Hill to be fighting for a top 4 finish. That is my expectation anyway, based on how ambitious they have been from the big league, finishing the season unbeaten, and that's exactly what Ondupara did in the FUFA big league. So if Arua Hill Sports Club now being there, if Ondupara sees them with probably white eyes, if I may say, then I expect them to do a rebuild. Something that can come if they trim and probably leave the squad with 7 players and add in experienced players from the Premier League, because I did say money might not be everything. At the end of the day, if you talk about money, which everybody in West Nile now believes Ondupara do not have the money, I really don't want to go with that. Because you don't know what somebody has in the pocket. The next day, what if Ondupara actually Michael Mutebi, whom we said is house searching or probably house hunting in Arua, turns up to go in for Ondupara Football Club? Will it be a shock? Maybe yes or not. But at the end of the day, big coaches have been linked with the moves to West Nile. Maybe Ondupara also needs one. And should they appoint a big one, it will come with cash money, and it will come with the aspect of a rebuild. Something that I think they can be able to do should they strategize so well. You know, many have blamed the management of Ondupara Football Club, but I think if they can learn, maybe we expect to see a better season, trimming to have 7 players, then getting probably experienced one from the Premier League. They may have a better team come next season.
They may have a better team come next season in case execution goes to perfection. Okay, let's check some of the messages here. Azar Enox is like, good morning, my favorite duo. Call me Enox, catching you live from Pajiriya. May you update me on the possibility of Renato Sanchez joining Liverpool? Yes, we shall go to international transfers and talk about that. Sega Twahafred is like, here Vegas, thanks for the good job. I'm catching you directly from Mogadishu. Thank you very much. Asma Nath, like the initiative, catching you live from Soroti. Then Adukule de Gracias, Tony Butali, you need to work with these agents. Again, the same message. There is Najion is like, thank you, catching you live from Dalafu. May I know how far Man United deal has reached. Matteo Emmanuel is like, good morning to you, my dear sports anchor analyst from West Nile region. I'm live from Mulago. Take care as you're over there in Mulago. COVID is real. Keep the social distancing and wash your hands. Follow all the SOPs. Everything will be okay. When you wear a mask, you wear for me too. Mungole and Ivan Amas is like, thanks for the show. Kim and Otelul, keep moving. Yeah, we shall keep strong and we shall keep moving. SK Ali is like, good morning, my big boys. Thanks for the show. Thank you very much as well for following. Keep sharing this. Go to our YouTube channel of Rhino TV. Subscribe, share, and call others to support this project in West Nile. Then there is Bashuka. Good morning, guys. Thanks for the show. I'm watching you from Gulu. Azima Mudile. Thank you very much. Ubuntu Hassan is like contented, is like live from Mukono. Keep watching. Now, let's take a twist from that and talk about Gift Ali. Walter Bazali is one of our analysts with Rhino TV, but he also works with a website called West Nile Sports. It brings out news for West Nile Sports, writes scribes about West Nile players and other people involved out in the different sporting discipline. According to him, in one of the scribed stories, they said Gift Ali is looking at a huge sum of figure before he signs for any club. KCCA was supposed to give him 25 million Ugandan shillings, but he rejected that. He is looking at 50 million Ugandan shillings to sign for any club right now. You think looking at the price tag first is going to help Gift Ali? Or he thinks he's approaching to the evening of his career, he should be looking at the money aspect of the game before considering anything like loyalty?
This now comes with a lot of factors to be considered here. Remember, Gift Ali was being linked with a move to Tusker, but which move he turned down because his faith could not allow him to work with them. Yeah. Exactly. His faith could not allow him work with them. He's a staunch Muslim from a family background that presents a serious observation to the Muslim faith. So that was enough to turn him down a move to Tusker. So I think probably for him it was a good one. But again, if you looked at the financial aspects, maybe it was going to be the time for him to turn around as far as getting the financial benefit is concerned. But right now, I don't think if there will be many clubs in Ugandan football that can be able to give him the 50 million Ugandan shillings. You maybe will talk about Vipers, because when Shaban came there, I'm meant to understand he was given something more than 50. So if Gift Ali moved to Vipers, assuming that Michael Mutebi ends at Vipers, then Gift Ali could be following him there. Just an assumption. And by that, it will mean his target of the 50 million might come true. do. What about moving to a club apart from Vipers? I don't think if it will be so easy unless he makes a move, let's say to a club like Arua Hill. Maybe it can be given, but I don't think if the 50 will still be the figure that the club will be matching, because at the end of the day, you have many other players you want to sign because this is going to be their maiden season in the Premier League. They are looking at also looking at the budget probably because it's not going to be getting everyone in the market. You know, Gift Ali is a very good player. No Ugandan club can say no to him. That's why he's actually probably boldly saying, I want this amount of money, which means he has valued himself. He knows what importance he actually brings to any other team that he moves to. So that to me is again an advantage somebody holds within himself. But it's going to be quite unfortunate if clubs are not able to give him that amount. And again, he needed to get a club as soon as possible because he can be able to train with the team and probably learn his new staff to work with, so that when the season gets underway, he will be in position to really deliver. So if you ask for 50 and you fail to deliver, probably maybe get injured, it may turn out to be something else. So at the end of the day, I think there are a lot of factors Gift Ali needs to look at. Playing time probably will be there for him. His experience, a very good passer of the ball. He's very versatile. Under Mike Hilary Mutebi, he has played as a right back. He has done it even at some point as a central defender. He has played as a deep line playmaker, and he has done it behind the. He's a complete player.
Kimnas, there's something that kept on lingering in my mind. If Gift Ali says he wants 50 million Ugandan shillings before he puts pen to paper for any club, I was thinking like, what if Mike Mutebi knows about the contract situation of this player, tells the player, whatever they're going to offer you below that, don't take it. Wait for me to get a club, I will sign you, we shall move together, you will get the sum of money you want. Do you think something like that holds some water?
It's as well a strong possibility. That's why, to me, the Dotins got actually, connected straight to Mike Hilary Mutebi. When I said in case he makes the move to Vipers, I still looked at that angle. I think they have worked together. They know what the business should be looking like. They know what probably to have on the table for them to feed on tomorrow. That plan has been a strategic one. In case it comes true, then he's a businessman.
Aleku, Emmanuel Cage is like now enjoying West Nile sports outside the region. That was our plan. We are executing it. We are doing it perfectly, and it is reaching to you. You have Maurice Aguya is like, a morning guys. It's me, Anguyo Maurice, watching you live in Golden Shop Arua. Thank you very much for watching us. There's Jovan Anguzua again, is like a perfect video, nice. If you appreciate that. Delevini is live from Moyo. By the way, greetings to everyone in Moyo. I'm glad that someone is Moyo is watching. South Sudan is watching. Moyo is watching. We have Kampala. We have Germany, across the world. We even have in Europe people who are watching us and
United Arab Emirates.
Yes, UAE, they're giving us a feedback. Drate, one of those passionate from Yunde, is streaming live from Kuru. I love the squad which is coming for Arua Hill SC. That's what he is saying. Now, let's again meander. The Uganda Premier League champion has been crowned. We all know that. It is Express that has been crowned as the champions of StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Yesterday, they had something online to crown them as champions. And the top scorer's gong was given to Yuna Sentamu. Best goalkeeper was given to Matthias Mwanga. Of course, Waswa Bosa was said to be the best coach. Apart from that, now, if there was no pandemic, the Uganda Premier League was allowed to play the 4 remaining games. Do you think Express were supposed to be champions on completing the fixtures?
I think yes.